Hello, I am back in my PC chair. I was going to film today, but I I figured that now that I'm doing videos about books, that it would be silly if I didn't talk about the biggest news that's just happened. Well, I say just happened, it happened last night for me. And that is the Brandon Sanderson announcement. I'm not even gonna go through the clickbait because anyone in the book sphere right now knows about this. But maybe you don't. Brandon Sanderson, who wrote the Stormlight Archive, my new favorite series. New, I mean, in like the last year and a half since it took me to catch up and read it all, announced that he'd secretly written 5 books in the last 2 years. 5 on top of the books that he was already producing. I mean, Sanderson is known for for just checking out books constantly. So the fact that on top of that he's become his own meme, is that the best way of describing it? So yeah, 5 secret books. He's not given any details on what these are yet. There will be more coming out. But I thought we should have a look at what these are. We'll look at the Kickstarter. So I'm recording this at about 10:30 GMT time, British time, but not British summertime. So very early in the morning for America. Very well. Middle of the night for America, I guess. So let's have a look at the Kickstarter. So it's blasted through its goal. This is in pounds, so if it's different from what other people show you, that is probably why. But wow, it's getting up there, isn't it? Wow. Hold on, let me just move that there. Okay. So that's going to hit. I mean, it's still got 29 days to go. That could it double? I mean, I feel like most of the hardcore Brandon Sanderson fans who are an instant yes will have bought this back to this yesterday, like I did. So let's break down what you get. So these are the 4 books. These are temporary covers. They look very cool. I think 3 are in the Cosmere. 1 is not. So the idea of the Kickstarter was to do a subscription box book club thing, and you could, if you wanted, add on swag boxes to fill in the extra months. So you will get 4 books in a year next year, and if you want each of the missing months, you get these swag boxes. When I found out about it, I was like an instant yes on everything until I saw the price. So these are the prices for everything. He did say that they wanted to make the ebooks as cheap as possible so that everyone kind of had a chance to join in, which I think was quite nice. That works out as $10 an ebook. Obviously you don't have shipping involved in that, so that's pretty good, I think. Audiobooks, premium hardcovers. So I think he described these hardcovers as having illustrations in, a bit like Stormlight Archive. So that was an instant yes for me. I especially seeing as when I got Stormlight Archive, I ended up getting like the really stubby box set of the first three, which are quite cool. I really like them as a book to hold, but the spines are fucked by the time you finish reading it. And because it is smaller, a lot of the handwritten notes in the illustrations, because the illustrations are a big part of it, are actually quite hard to read. So I know that at some point I will want to upgrade those to the proper hardcovers. So that's why I've gone straight for the hardcover. I know that I will want that. But in my wildest dreams, I also really want these swag boxes. The hard thing is I don't think there's been mention of t-shirts and like trinkets and useful items, he said. So you could probably guess it'll be like the usual things. So what do you get in like loot crates? So like t-shirts, mugs, maybe bookmarks, but I mean bookmarks are a freebie, so don't, unless they're like extra fancy bookmarks. Maybe like what's the word I'm looking for? Bookends. Would they oh, that would be really heavy though. Yeah, actually I don't think they could do that. Well, like badges, posters, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's really hard to know. I feel like if there was fancy stationery, if I knew that was in there, that would be tempting. So yeah, so there's other tiers are combining the previous tiers with the swag boxes. So like this would be my ideal one, but $480. But the thing is with shipping, because they're being shipped from America, anyone not in America is really getting it. This is not their fault. This shipping is terribly expensive, particularly right now. It's the most expensive it's ever been, due to things still remaining from the pandemic, and other shortages. That's a whole other political topic. So yeah, shipping at the moment is expensive. That is not their fault. However, it really sucks, because it basically doubles the cost for me. For me here in the UK, and it's the same wherever you are. If you're in Europe, or like, I didn't spot any other countries where it was even more. But let's say you're in Europe, it's gonna be like double. So let's see if it will let me pretend to do that. So I got this one. There you go. So the shipping is $140. Obviously that's like split between 4 books. So that's like $35 just to ship. Obviously it's always it's always slightly more palatable when you break it down per month, but even so. So let's go to the one that I would have loved to have gotten for $80, and that's gonna add on $420. So that's $500. So that's $900, nearly $1,000. So I think I worked it out last night, and in did I work it in dollars and pounds? It was either $55 or let's work it out right now. Let's get a calculator. So 900. Oh no, so it must be packed because it's $75 per month. So this is why I didn't go for it, because especially seeing as I've not fully caught up on everything. Stormlight Archive was my first Brandon Sanderson, so if I get one for I want to call it cilantro, but that's not right. Let's say I want to get it. I get a box for Skyward, Decipherverse, which I think one of the boxes is. I'm not a YA person. I don't have immediate plans to read this series. So that is a lot of money to spend on that one box for something I'm not interested in. So yeah, unfortunately felt a bit priced out of it. I do appreciate the fact that he wanted a limited subscription box. I think he hit the nail on the head where he said, I like subscription boxes, but after a while they start repeating themselves because you get the same thing. And that is, I've had a few subscription boxes by this point, and that is absolutely the experience you get with them. So fair play. I actually really like the concept of a limited run subscription box, something that lasts for a year. That's pretty cool. Or I would love like a limited run 6-month subscription box or something I really like. Anyway, let's go back to Brandon Sanderson. So that's where we're at. So it does a conversion, so that would be £677 for me. Oh god. So what is that per month? Yeah, so it's £56 a month, which is so much. So yeah, I couldn't justify that. How many backers are there at this? Wow, 3,440 backers. Ooh. Wow. That's yeah, okay. So let's go back up. How are the just ebook ones? So hardcover, us hardcover people were out doing the ebook readers. I guess that makes sense because you can get, I think they said they'll aim to release these normally afterwards, so you could get the ebook after you know what the book is. But they've been pretty clear that these hardcovers are not going to happen again, or are very, very unlikely to happen again in the same format. They will release the books again, but they don't know if it will be in this style. And considering how nice some of the special editions of like Mistborn and Stormlight have been, I think we can guarantee that they will be of a pretty good quality. So these start next year. First book in January, and then every 3 months for the rest. Which means that I have some catching up to do. I have read all of the Stormlight Archive so far. And my next task was to do... Next I wanted to read Mistborn. It was on my to-do list, but I had a bit of a book buying binge. It doesn't look like a lot because these are new shelves, but I bought like, I think between the start of December and now, I've probably bought like 30 books. Yeah, I think I worked it out. It was definitely 20 something. Some of those I've read by now. But yeah, I need to be on it because I definitely want to read more of the Cosmere, know more of these characters, so that I'm in a better position for when that first book comes out. So that means by the end of this year, this is my goal, to have read Mistborn Saga, the original, Mistborn Saga, is it Mistborn Saga 2? The new saga? The Steampunk Saga? Is it Steampunk? The 2 standalones. And I think that's it. I don't know. I think everything after this is a see how I feel and see how I get on. Is this all that novella will be the crown jewel? So I've read that. Oh, I don't even think I knew this was a thing. Well, I've read the Stormlight novella, but there's a Mistborn novella. Oh my god. Brandon! This, to be honest, this might, if I've done a year of catching up on other things, this might be a fun one to plunk in next year between those secret books. Oh, there's art in it. Oh. Okay. And then, like I said before, I know this is his YA series. I'm not into YA, but that is more of an issue with fantasy. I find that with fantasy, I really want a lot of depth and hardcore lore, and I find when it's fantasy is YA and a bit lighter, I tend to not be as interested. But that's not necessarily true for other genres, so I don't know how I'd get on with YA sci-fi. But it's, like I said, it's a totally see how I feel thing. Oh, was this? Although these aren't in the Cosmere, I think the main goal is catching up on the Cosmere. He's written so much. Oh, it's just painful when anyone who's successfully written a book, you will know how hard and how hard it is and how long it takes to get to that finish line. And I know that once you get past that first one, it gets quicker and quicker. Finishing off my second book was a lot quicker. But god damn it, dude. So these are the superhero ones? Yes. Is this also YA? I can't remember. I think it might be. But it doesn't matter. Cosmere is the focus of this year. Thankfully, I've got the biggie out of the way. Yeah, Mistborn, standalones. These eight books are my goal for the year. So what have I got left? I've got March, April, May, June. Oh, March, April, May, June, July, August. So I've got 10 months for that. That's doable. It's very doable. I might have to put some other things aside. Definitely I think if it looks like I'm running out of time, I think my priority will be Mistborn, the original trilogy, and the 2 standalones. And then, if I have time, I'm gonna aim for the second saga. Yeah, I've got a lot of reading to do. So that will do it for this video. Thank you, Brandon Sanderson, for giving me a lot of homework.